Welcome to the Online Graduate Research Forum for Fall 2015. My name is Liam Sheppard, your presenter. I'm a graduate student in the Master of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies program in the Department of Occupational Workforce and Leadership Studies. The title of my research study is Shiftwork, a review of the negative physical, emotional, and social side effects experienced by employees who work off normal shift schedules. I was excited and a little hesitant at the same time to pursue this research study investigating shift work. I have close friends who are shift workers, and I myself shift work for many years. Because of the challenges I've seen my friends face and the experience I had personally with shift work, I decided that I wanted to learn more. After I began studying the literature, I found out quickly that by just working off normal hours, a person could experience disturbing side effects. Things such as emotional exhaustion, depressive symptoms, and even metabolic dysfunction are being reported. I think we have all probably experienced emotional exhaustion or feeling off balance emotionally at some time or another. Usually after a little rest or some time spent with friends, most of us can go on about our lives feeling balanced and rested again. But there are some folks, namely shift workers, who are emotionally exhausted most of the time. They don't get the rest or spend time relaxing with friends, helping them recharge emotionally like most of us do. So to begin my journey, I decided that the best way to gather information and to reach out to people who work shift work was to use an online survey. The Standard Shift Work Index and the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index inspired the survey that I created. The survey had 28 questions. On each survey, the question I used was a 5-point Likert scale with anchors ranging from strongly agree to strongly disagree. Question topics covered relationships and home status, number of hours typically worked, time of day normally worked, satisfaction with off time, how often they deal with physical ailments, and the general level of happiness, among other things. 23 people who live in the Central Texas region, who are shift workers, participated in the survey. Survey respondents included male, female, Hispanic, Black, and Caucasian shift workers. The method used to analyze the data was descriptive statistics. One of my major findings discovered that most people who shift work are doing so because they feel they have to. 77% of the survey respondents said they would rather work daytime hours during a normal work week. However, 47.8% said they have been shift working for over 10 years. Another major finding shows that shift workers have less time to spend with family and friends. 40% of survey respondents say that they are somewhat satisfied with the amount of time that they spend with family and friends. 27% say they are not at all satisfied with the amount of time they have to socialize. Another major finding shows that even though 91% of the survey respondents reported being married, more than half of those said they do not have the full emotional support of their spouses when it comes to dealing with the negative side effects of shift work. One of my assumptions in the beginning of the project was that there would be a sufficient number of willing participants in the survey. I talked with over 60 people who work shift work at the beginning of the project, and they all said they would be willing to participate. In the end, however, this assumption turned into more of a limitation. Only 23 people actually participated, so my study was ultimately limited by the number of survey participants I had. One assumption that I've drawn from this, losing those participants, is that many shift workers already suspect the negative side effects of shift work. They live it every day. However, by taking a survey and acknowledging the negative things caused by shift work, then it's no longer a suspicion, it becomes reality. That can be very disturbing. So I believe that many people feeling trapped in shift work would therefore rather ignore than acknowledge what's really happening. I don't think shift work is going away anytime soon, But through knowledge sharing, I believe shift workers can live emotionally and physically healthier lives, allowing them to be better contributors to society. As mentioned before, the survey's findings suggest that emotional support from families is lacking in shift workers' lives. I believe that just by educating shift workers and their families of those negative side effects of shift work, that alone would help those workers and their families begin to deal with the problem. I believe that future research in the area of educating shift workers and their families would be a good next step. Based on my findings, I believe that if just spouses and other family members alone had more knowledge about what shift work can do to their shift working family member, that they would be more emotionally supportive. I think that just by families that being more supportive, we could see a change toward happier, more attentive workers, which would translate into less mistakes made by hospital staff and other healthcare workers, less 18-wheeler crashes, even less mix-ups by the night shift postal worker. And most people agree that the night shift is the most difficult. So I believe another area of research would ask, what can be done to support the night worker? Would it be better lighting in the area? Maybe shorter or staggered work hours? More research could possibly reveal many answers. Just try to remember, when we or loved ones have to stay in the hospital, it will be a shift worker taking care of us there. If we get in a car accident late at night, it will be a shift worker that comes to the rescue. Even if we get up in the middle of the night to go to the kitchen to get a drink of water, remember, a shift worker is generating the power that allows us to turn on the light. The author is preparing a manuscript of this research study for peer review in the publication, The Journal of Business and Psychology. On the YouTube page below, please indicate your anonymous preference for this study by clicking one of these two icons. Also, please post your comments or questions in the YouTube comment section below. I will respond to your inquiries posted between November 17th and December 8th through this webpage. Thank you for your time.